I really think they can love you and cheat, though. I honestly think men is programmed to cheat. Like,
that's crazy.
They really don't be trying to hurt your feelings.
Do you feel like there are no faithful men left?
The ones I like, none. So I need to change my type.
What's your type now?
I mean, my type.
Okay, and what are you gonna try to start to like?
Like maybe some lawyers or something. I don't know what I want.
It's crazy. I always say there's probably like 10 good men left, and this is me and all of my friends. Like we're like the only ones left. Maybe I could make something happen for you. Mm-hmm. I could make something happen.
Yeah, do that for me.
I got you. Don't worry.
Family, what's going on? It's Providence. Thanks for tuning in. And GloRilla was on the 360 with Speedy show, and she has some really, really, really interesting things to say about male-female relationships. In her mind, men are programmed to cheat. They finna cheat no matter what. There are no good, faithful men left. Well, at least not the ones that GloRilla are into. So let me ask you this question, guys. You think she's telling the truth? You really think that cheating is a epidemic out here, that there are no good, faithful men left? I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this. She starts off by saying that she really thinks it's possible for a man to love his woman and still cheat on his woman. He could authentically be in love with her, not trying to hurt her feelings, but for some reason he just has absolutely no self-control and must cheat whatsoever, as almost like some determining force that lives inside of him that he cannot resist. Her wording was, a man is programmed to cheat, as if there's some programmer that wrote code into a man's heart that he cannot do anything else but what that code is written inside of him. And the normal reading of that code is, hey, you gotta have sex with whatever walks in front of you. I will say that there is some truth to the idea that a man, really, or woman, can cheat and actually still be in love. There have been many people, even married people, who love their wives, and for some apparent reason, they may have gotten caught up in an adulterous affair, and while maintaining love for their wives, they're out cheating. But I would maintain that if you really and truly love the person you're with, you wouldn't want to do anything that actually hurts them. Unfortunately, we're flawed human beings, sinners who act in selfish ways. And yes, we can often hurt the people that we love by pursuing our own selfishness at times. But it's no excuse to say that this person or cheating is less of an offense than it really is, because, well, this person still loves me anyway. In the same way, there are people who may physically assault each other in relationships and still have some emotional love for each other. It doesn't make the assault right. It doesn't justify it in any way. And if you truly loved someone, that should be motivation enough to give yourself to that person wholly and completely, and not want to share yourself with anyone else, because your devotion should promote exclusivity to one another. And so the question I ask is, if this person says that they love you, why won't they stop cheating if they know it hurts you? You should most certainly question someone's love for you if they cannot control themselves sexually for you. See, because oftentimes we confuse emotional affection, sexual intimacy with actually real love. And I think that people need to recognize that you can be with someone and that person not really love you, but only be using you for your presence. And so you may fulfill some need that they have, some sexually emotional need, but they really can't commit themselves to you for whatever reason. And they honestly, deep down, probably don't even trust you enough to commit themselves to you for whatever reason. A lot of people develop trust issues, and they may say they love you, but really and truly, they do not. because true love promotes commitment. And I wonder, what would be the mindset of a woman who believes that all men cheat? How would that affect the dynamics of your relationship? It has to be the case that you would always be suspicious of the man, right? That he's going behind your back and cheating. How in the world would that promote trust in a relationship? How would that stabilize a relationship in any way? I mean, at that point, do you just settle for open relationships since you believe all men cheat? Maybe you try to find a man that's going to be willing to let you cheat too. I mean, what does that do? And also, what does it do for you if you think that eventually the man you're with is going to cheat and hurt you? Does that keep you from ever loving that man? Are you always afraid to give yourself to someone emotionally because you're afraid you might get hurt? Maybe you're always going to be the one to cheat first because you expect him to eventually cheat. So I can't understand how you could ever have a healthy relationship if you just expect that he's going to eventually cheat on you. Here's the bottom line. Men are not animalistic in the sense that they have no other choice but to follow through on their inclinations and their impulses. Men can practice self-control. It's an important part of being human. You can make decisions, you can weigh consequences, you can assess relationships, you can deeply care for someone, and that can alter what you do biologically with your body. You don't have to submit to every urge that you have. And part of the reason why men cheat is because they believe this same lie. Well, I'm a man, I have to cheat. No, you don't. You can practice self-control. It's a lie that society has unfortunately fed a lot of men, and they've believed it, that they have to give in to every urge that they feel, and they have to chase every beautiful woman that they see. Now, if you're dating a man that has absolutely no character, then yes, he probably lacks self-control and is going to cheat on you. And I think that is the crux of the issue, because she admits, well, the men that I'm into, they all cheat. And that, I think, is something that is a very important admission. The men that she's into. And she didn't want to say it, but let's be honest, she's into them real, them real ninjas. Let's put it that way. The gangsters, the rappers, the ballers. She in the industry, probably dealing with dudes in and around the industry. You know how that goes. And I really don't know till this day what is it with women and loving the quote unquote bad boys, but it is what it is. And you know what comes with that. Men who need to deal with a ton of women, men who feel like because they got money and women chase them, it's time to deal with as many women as they can deal with, right? And maybe when they get older, they may not cheat, but when you in and around GloRilla's age and you young and you rich, you feel like you got to do what you got to do. So that's the problem. But oftentimes women are attracted to these guys, and the nice guy, the guy that's going to actually want to start a family, want to actually create something stable in his life, is not interested in just sleeping around and whoring himself out. He actually wants to establish something stable. Well, the women tend to not be into him, at least not when they're young. When they get older, that might be a different story. But when they're young, it's time to chase the bad boys. And that's the problem. Women need to understand, don't waste time with a lot of men who have no interest in committing to you just because you might live a faster, more interesting life with them. Go get the boring nice guy, okay? Because you're going to end up trying to settle for him anyway. You might as well settle for him now and not have years and years and years of emotional, probably even physical abuse, pain and hurt because you were dealing with men that only really wanted you for your body or for whatever it is you could do for them. So yeah, I would implore women to save themselves from a lot of emotional turmoil. Find yourself a man that's willing to commit to you. All right, that's been Providence, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.